Can you imagine waking up to find Jungkook's face towering over the skyline of your city? Can you picture his sharp gaze, his unmistakable charisma, his flawless Calvin Klein visuals taking over entire buildings? From New York to Paris, from Tokyo to Seoul, from London to Dubai? That's not a dream anymore. It's reality. Jungkook has done it again. The Golden Maknae of BTS has written another chapter in global pop culture history, turning the world itself into his stage. It began as a whisper online. Fans noticed something unusual: massive black and white billboards being installed in iconic locations. They bore only two elements: the bold Calvin Klein logo and a glimpse of a familiar silhouette, broad shoulders, piercing eyes, and that unmistakable Jungkook aura. Within hours, photos began flooding social media. Jungkook's Calvin Klein campaign had gone global, and not just global in a marketing sense, but monumental in scale. These were not ordinary posters. These were mega-sized spanduk, enormous, building-covering banners, draped across skyscrapers, bridges, and malls in the heart of the world's biggest cities. The first banner appeared in Seoul, right above the Seoul intersection, a place that has seen countless advertisements, but none with this kind of reaction. Armies gathered instantly, screaming, filming, and crying as Jungkook's Calvin Klein image appeared like a deity of modern fashion, confident and unshakable. His smoldering gaze in that minimal white underwear campaign shot wasn't just a photo, it was a statement. It was art. It was power. Then, within 24 hours, another appeared, in New York's Times Square. The heart of global advertising was suddenly lit by Jungkook's face, 10 stories high. Tourists stopped mid-step. Locals raised their phones. Reporters wrote that never before had an Asian male artist dominated the space like that. The symbolism was clear. Jungkook wasn't just representing a brand. He was redefining the concept of global influence itself. Paris followed next. On the walls near Champs-Élysées, a gigantic banner of Jungkook leaned slightly forward, his tattooed arm visible, his expression calm, yet deadly charismatic. It wasn't just fashion, it was presence. People gathered in the rain to take selfies under it. Videos of fans screaming, "Say Jungkook," went viral on TikTok and Instagram. The Eiffel Tower glittered in the distance, but for many, Jungkook's banner became the real highlight of the City of Lights. Then came Tokyo. The Shibuya crossing, the busiest pedestrian intersection in the world, was transformed into a sea of black and white visuals featuring Jungkook. Every screen, every display, every banner had his image in Calvin Klein denim. Japanese media called it the Jungkook Takeover. Some even compared the atmosphere to Beatlemania. But this time, digital, instantaneous, and global. In London, the banner on Oxford Street was so massive that it drew headlines in British newspapers. Fans described it as a living dream. Others said they couldn't believe that the same boy who once sang shyly behind RM in early BTS videos was now the face of one of the most powerful brands on earth. The evolution was complete. Jungkook had transcended pop stardom. He was a cultural icon. But this wasn't just about visuals. This was about timing. Calvin Klein had unleashed the campaign simultaneously in over 30 cities, from Dubai to Los Angeles, from Sydney to Berlin, making Jungkook's image the most simultaneously displayed fashion advertisement in history. That's right, in history. Never before had a single celebrity face appeared on such a scale, in so many cities, at the same time. It was a global synchronization, a statement of artistic dominance, and a marketing move that broke every record in the book. Fans began to call it Jungkook Day. Social media was flooded with hashtags like hashtag Jungkook takes over the world, hashtag Calvin Klein King, and hashtag Golden Global Jungkook. Even people who weren't BTS fans were stunned by the sheer reach of the campaign. On TikTok, users filmed themselves bumping into Jungkook in different cities. "I saw him in New York," one said. "Wait, he's in Paris too," another replied. Suddenly, the entire internet seemed united by one face, Jungkook's. But what makes Jungkook so magnetic? Why did Calvin Klein choose him? And why did the campaign explode beyond anyone's imagination? The answer lies in authenticity. Jungkook isn't a manufactured image. He's an artist who has grown before the world's eyes, from a teenage trainee in Busan to an international icon whose every move captures hearts across continents. His Calvin Klein collaboration didn't feel forced. It felt inevitable. The confidence in his posture, the honesty in his expression, the way he merges softness and power. It's everything Calvin Klein represents, and yet, uniquely Jungkook. Fashion critics worldwide praised the campaign's boldness. Vogue described it as an unprecedented fusion of pop culture and minimalism. GQ called Jungkook the new face of masculine vulnerability. Even Forbes highlighted how his involvement had driven Calvin Klein's online traffic to record highs within hours of the campaign launch. And ARMY? They made it a festival. In Seoul, fans organized banner tours, visiting every major site where Jungkook's Calvin Klein image appeared. In Los Angeles, fans rented open-top buses to drive around and celebrate the giant banner downtown. In Tokyo, someone brought a speaker and blasted Jungkook's solo song 7 in front of the massive Shibuya banner, and hundreds joined in singing. Everywhere he appeared, chaos followed, the good kind. The kind that makes history. In Dubai, the Jungkook banner stretched across an entire building near the Burj Khalifa, visible even from the main road. Locals said it was the largest Calvin Klein ad ever displayed in the region. It's like he's watching over the city, one fan commented emotionally. In Sydney, the Opera House's nearby buildings were illuminated with digital projections of Jungkook, merging art and architecture in ways fans had never seen before. Even in cities where the banners weren't officially displayed, fans created their own tributes. In Manila, ARMY set up LED trucks with Jungkook's Calvin Klein visuals. In Jakarta, fans gathered at malls, wearing denim outfits inspired by his look. The campaign had evolved into a global celebration, a fusion of fandom, fashion, and admiration that no one could replicate. What's more astonishing is how Jungkook himself remained humble. When asked about the campaign in a rare interview, he simply smiled and said, "I'm thankful. I hope people can feel confidence and comfort when they see it." That's it. No arrogance, no overstatement, just pure gratitude. That's the Jungkook effect. He conquers without demanding attention. He shines without needing validation. He dominates the world, and still, somehow, remains grounded. Fans couldn't stop analyzing the symbolism of the campaign. Some pointed out that Jungkook's pose, standing tall, hands in pockets, looking straight into the camera, mirrored Calvin Klein's legacy of strength and sensuality. Others saw deeper meaning, a reflection of Jungkook's personal growth. He had once hidden his tattoos, his piercings, his individuality. Now, they were front and center, part of his identity, part of his power. The banners weren't just advertisements. They were declarations of self-acceptance. Fashion insiders say this may go down as the most successful campaign in Calvin Klein's modern history. Sales reportedly skyrocketed, and search engines worldwide saw spikes for Calvin Klein Jungkook and Jungkook CK photoshoot. The brand's social media gained millions of new followers within days. The collaboration had transcended marketing. It had become a movement. Yet, perhaps the most emotional part of all this is the ARMY reaction. Across the globe, fans shared personal stories about how seeing Jungkook's face on those banners made them cry. Some said they remembered his early years, when he was the youngest BTS member, shyly introducing himself as the Golden Maknae. Others recalled how he once doubted his confidence, how he had slowly found his artistic voice. To see him now, strong, independent, and celebrated worldwide, was overwhelming. He made it, one fan wrote. Our Jungkook made history. And indeed, he has. Because these banners aren't temporary. They're moments frozen in time. Visual proof of Jungkook's unstoppable journey from a young boy in Busan to a world-dominating icon. They'll remain in memory long after they're taken down.